Hello, this is Bakhtar Mahmood and you're watching Dnow. Voices in social and electronic media are growing louder with every passing minute, hinting at an inside job into the killing of the Indian CDS Bipin Rawat in a mysterious helicopter crash in Tamil Nadu. Ex-DGM of Indian Army Lieutenant General retired Shankar Prasad, who is also a writer and defense analyst, while commenting on the death of Bipin Rawat in his blog, ruled out the mechanical error due to the high reliability of Mi-17 V5 helicopters under the experienced pilots and technicians. He also ruled out the weather factor, saying that the readers who are familiar with such high-profile movements must be aware of the stringing involved before the aircraft is given permissions to take off. Any VVIP movement is cleared to proceed after going through weather clearance, operational clearance, air defense clearance, security clearance, flight info clearance, etc. Then the general drew the conclusion in these words. So was it the pilot error, mechanical failure, or something more sinister? The factor that reforms planned and carried out by CDS General Rawat ruffled many feathers and brought out the ugly inter-services rivalry laundry in the public is not a secret. Is it possible that the disaster we all witnessed was a man-made by the resentful black sheeps within the armed forces fraternity? A Twitter handler, Adil Raja, while sharing a letter of the Indian Defence Minister Rajnath Singh to the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, wrote that the war within the Indian establishment after an unwanted appointment of the Chief of Defence Staff was quite evident. According to Rajnath Singh's letter, the humiliating treatment of the Indian soldiers by the Chinese army in Galwan Valley was the result of a misreading of the situation by the Army Chief General Manoj Narwan and Indian Army's Commander Corps Lieutenant General Harinder Singh. Rajnath Singh had added that this has not only caused the loss of the Indian officers and soldiers but also created embarrassment for the shining India. General Bipin Rawat has recommended the removal of both the officers owing to their performance in this case as well as in the past. The letter had disclosed. Indian Army's ex-DGMO Lieutenant General Shankar Prasad also referred to a recent statement of General Bipin Rawat, wherein he had said that the Indian Air Force was a supporting arm and not a fighting arm itself. He was rebuked publicly by the Indian Air Force Chief and was told that the Air Force was an instrument of power in itself. This public clash exposed deep differences between the tri-services or the concept of theatre commands. IAF and IN had always feared that they would be limited to subordinate services brought under Army command through this system, Prasad wrote. Today, General Rawat is dead, Shankar Prasad said. And so is his idea of the theatre commands. Interestingly, in a chopper carrying 14 people, only Group Captain Varun Singh was an Air Force officer. The rest were all from the Army and Group Captain has survived. Was it an assassination having roots in the tri-services rivalry? Did IAF, which had resisted the appointment of a CDS since 1999, finally strike? Did the long silence have a reason? Maybe we will know in the due course.